Welcome back to Beyond the Verdict, the podcast where we go beyond the courtroom to uncover the stories behind history's biggest frauds, financial scandals, and unforgettable trials. I'm Alex.
And I'm Jordan. Today, we're diving into a story that sounds less like real life and more like a Hollywood screenplay. Imagine becoming one of the richest people on Earth before turning 30, having celebrities promote your company, buying Super Bowl commercials, being praised as the future of finance. Then, in just a matter of days, watching your entire empire collapse.
Not millions. Not hundreds of millions. We're talking billions. This is the rise and spectacular fall of Sam Bankman-Fried.
Alex, if I told you one of the world's richest billionaires drove a Toyota Corolla, wore cargo shorts, and often looked like he'd just rolled out of bed, would you believe me?
Honestly, probably not. Usually billionaires want everyone to know they're billionaires. Sam Bankman-Fried was different. Messy hair, oversized t-shirts, sneakers. He looked more like a college student cramming for finals than someone running a company worth tens of billions of dollars.
And weirdly, that became part of his brand. People thought, he doesn't care about money. He only cares about changing the world. That image made people trust him.
Before long, Sam launched a cryptocurrency exchange called FTX. For anyone unfamiliar, think of it as a giant online marketplace where people could buy and sell cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Ethereum. And it exploded, practically overnight. Professional traders loved it. Beginners loved it. Investors poured in billions. Here's where things get wild. FTX wasn't just another crypto company. It was everywhere. Tom Brady, Gisele Bündchen, Steph Curry, Shaquille O'Neal, Naomi Osaka, even comedian Larry David appeared in commercials.
Think about that. When people see celebrities backing something, it automatically feels legitimate. It's like getting 5-star reviews before you've even walked into the restaurant.
Investors couldn't write checks fast enough. Major venture capital firms invested hundreds of millions. The company was eventually valued at over $30 billion. Sam himself became worth an estimated $26 billion on paper. And people started calling him the next Warren Buffett.
Except, there was one major difference. Buffett built his fortune over decades. Sam did it in just a few years. Maybe too quickly.
Then something happened that most people ignored. Sam also owned another company, Alameda Research. Officially, it was a cryptocurrency trading firm. But people began asking, how closely connected were Alameda and FTX?
At first, nobody really cared.
Crypto was booming. Prices kept climbing. Everyone was making money. And when everyone's making money, people stop asking difficult questions.
Then came November 2022. A leaked financial document landed in the hands of journalists. It suggested Alameda's balance sheet wasn't nearly as strong as everyone believed. Worse, much of its value appeared tied to assets connected to FTX itself.
Imagine discovering your bank's savings are backed mostly by its own gift cards. That's the kind of question people suddenly started asking. One of Sam's biggest rivals saw the report. Within hours, he announced his company would sell its holdings connected to FTX. That announcement spread across social media like wildfire. Customers panicked. Everyone wanted their money back. At the same time, it's basically the digital version of a bank run. Except, instead of lining up outside a bank, millions of people clicked withdraw.
And that's when everything broke. FTX simply couldn't process the withdrawals. Customers waited. Then waited longer. Eventually, withdrawals stopped altogether. People couldn't access their money. billions of dollars were suddenly frozen.
Imagine opening your banking app, seeing your savings, but being completely unable to touch them. That's what happened to thousands of customers.
As investigators dug deeper, things became even more unbelievable. Prosecutors alleged that customer funds held on FTX had been improperly diverted to Alameda Research. According to the prosecution, that money was then used for risky trading, investments, real estate purchases, political donations, and other expenses.
That's the part that shocked everyone. People believed their money was sitting safely on the exchange. Instead, prosecutors argued it had been used in ways customers never authorized.
Just weeks after FTX filed for bankruptcy, Sam was arrested in the Bahamas. News outlets around the world covered every moment. The crypto king who had graced magazine covers was now in handcuffs.
The rise had taken years. The collapse? Less than a week.
When the trial began, former colleagues took the stand. Some of the people closest to Sam testified against him. Their testimony painted a picture of chaotic decision-making, missing safeguards, and pressure inside the company.
Prosecutors argued this wasn't simply a business that failed. They argued customers had been misled about how their money was being handled. Sam maintained that he made mistakes, but did not believe he had intended to commit fraud. The jury ultimately weighed the evidence presented in court. After weeks of testimony, the verdict came back. Guilty. On multiple fraud and conspiracy charges. It marked one of the biggest criminal convictions in the history of the cryptocurrency industry.
A man once celebrated as crypto's golden boy had become one of its biggest cautionary tales.
You know what sticks with me the most? It wasn't just the billions. It was how quickly trust can disappear. One day, people were calling him a genius. A week later, they were wondering where their savings had gone.
Exactly. Technology changes. Markets change. Currencies change. But human nature doesn't. People still want to believe they've found the next big thing. And sometimes, that's exactly what makes them vulnerable.
The story of Sam Bankman-Fried isn't just about cryptocurrency. It's about trust, reputation, and what happens when ambition outruns accountability.
If there's one lesson from today's episode, it's this. Never confuse popularity with credibility. A company can have celebrities, sponsors, billion-dollar investors, and still fail spectacularly.
Next time on Beyond the Verdict, we'll uncover another unbelievable courtroom story where greed, deception, and ambition collided in spectacular fashion. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to follow Beyond the Verdict, leave a review, and share it with someone who loves true crime, financial scandals, and courtroom drama. Until next time, stay curious and always look beyond the verdict.